The council heard that in the fog of war, it was difficult to verify many allegations of conflict-related sexual violence, but credible reports of alleged acts continue to be documented, with warnings here that this was merely the tip of the iceberg.
Women constitute most of the alleged victims. 56 of 124 allegations concern women. 49 of the allegations are against children, 41 against girls, 7 against boys, and in one case, the gender was unknown. 19 of the allegations are against men, including rape, attempted rape, forced public stripping, and threat of sexual violence. Verification of cases is still ongoing.
In just the first 2 weeks of April, about 400 cases of sexual violence by Russian soldiers were reported to Ukraine's Ombudswoman for Human Rights, with the allegations reportedly emanating mostly from occupied or recently liberated areas in Ukraine.
Sexual violence in this war is the most hidden crime. And for every girl or a woman who is willing to tell her story, there are many other people who will be silent for years because of understanding of rape as a shame crime, because of the feelings, these feelings of shame among survivors, because of the feelings of guilt among those who were not able to defend them, because of the fear of getting in the same situation among neighbors.
She accused Russia of using terror against civilians in Ukraine.
Russia is using sexual violence and rape as a terror to control civilians at the temporarily occupied territories. Although the full scale of conflict-related sexual violence is not yet known, human rights activists and law enforcement agencies estimate that hundreds of cases have been committed, not just against women and girls, but also men and boys and people of other gender identities and of all ages. So I have a question. Russia is using terror against civilians in Ukraine. There is a lot of evidence to prove this. Why it is still in the UN Security Council?
Russia, for its part, said it had seen no evidentiary basis for allegations against its troops.
The ratcheting up of accusations of Russian service personnel committing crimes of a sexual nature since the very beginning of our special military operation in Ukraine has become a favorite tactic of the Kiev regime and our Western colleagues. We all recall how in the Ukrainian and Western media and also in this room, our soldiers were repeatedly accused of sexual violence with reference to certain reports containing allegedly reliable data. However, no evidence was provided. Just like today, we've not heard a single example from the briefers and those who've taken the floor, the delegations. But similar allegations fit very well into the image that was meticulously created by Western political scientists of Russian soldiers as beasts.
The council also heard that women and children fleeing the conflict, who constitute about 90% of Ukrainian refugees, are being targeted for trafficking and exploitation. In some cases, facing further exposure to rape and other risks while seeking refuge. Sherwin Bryceby's SABC News, New York.